Business is flourishing at the local hardware store in Itabirinha, Brazil. The owner, Amaury Araújo, worked in construction in Florida for 4 years. But when the U.S. economy crashed, so did his American dream.
The U.S. dollar has lost so much value, and the money I was making there did not translate into as much money in Brazil as compared to what I could make here. So it was not worth it to stay in the United States anymore.
Tens of thousands of Brazilians just like Araújo have left the U.S. in the past year alone in a surge of reverse migration. And many have returned to small towns like Itabirinha. With a population of 10,000, it relies heavily on remittances from townspeople who live in the U.S. The town's mayor, anticipating a crisis due to decreased remittances, traveled to the United States and met with 600 people from Itabirinha. His sales pitch? Your economic future is no longer in America. It's back home in Brazil.
I brought them data that showed the types of business we needed in town. I invited them to come back. The dollar was falling, and they were losing their enthusiasm for the U.S., asking themselves if it was really worth it. So they listened to my speech and knew that Itabirinha was waiting for them with open arms.
200 people have returned this year alone. Itabirinha is now booming. New homes are popping up, and many of the older homes have fresh coats of paint, symbolic of a renewed city. The mayor's office tells us that each person coming back to the town is investing about 75 or 80,000 U.S. dollars, much of it going into construction projects such as this behind me, which then leads to employment. Elmer Coimbra spent 8 years in the U.S. as a chef, but recently returned to open one of the only restaurants in town. He now employs 8 people serving 300 lunches a day. On every block there are similar stories.
I am now living my American dream, just back here at home and not in the United States.
Gabriel Elizondo, Aljazeera, Itabirinha, Brazil.